All right, so welcome everybody. This is the weekly recap for TeamAlliance that we do each week. If you've been here before, you already know what it is. When you guys come on, let me know how you did this week in your trading. If you didn't take any trades this week, let me know how you did in training. What nuggets you got out of training this week, how it was for you, etc., etc. This week was awesome for both. If you got an opportunity to take advantage of the trades that were available this week, it was very good. Also, if you didn't and you've just been training has been awesome. Really, I must say, like over the past few weeks. And I'm just saying, am I bugging out, or do they got like some kind of caption on? They got a caption in the watch party, right? I know I wasn't bugging out. All right. Yeah, I'm turning that off. That's a distraction to me. All right, so I turned it off for me. Wow, that was crazy. I'm looking at the words. I'm like, I didn't say that. Yo, crazy. All right, so let's see who we got in the building. Of course, Jay Carly's in the building. I saw Stacy earlier. Stacy, let me know if you got back on. I see JT. JT said no losses for the week, 5-0. Yeah, man, that's about right. One of the things from training this week that took place, there were MRMHs that took place during training. So it was very nice to see that take place in various markets, because different people are trading in different markets throughout the group. So we got an opportunity to see that. That was very nice. Okay, I see Stacy. All right, let's see who else we got here with us. I see Jamal. I see Jamie Pruitt. What's happening? Nathaniel's here. Ikari's here. Mark G's in the building. All right, very good. Tyler said no losses, rinsing this weekend with all this rain for a repeat. Ralston, I see you. Jay Carly said concentrated on training this week. 0.5 for the week, partial fill. Okay. And Stacy's here. Stacy, how'd you do this week in training and or trading? And for everyone else that's here, let me know how you guys did this week, and also how training was for you. So I want to hear from everybody that's on here. Jay Carly said she got 1 out of 4 contracts on invisible liquidity. Got you. Tyler, you still got the captions? I think you got to do it. When you go down to the bottom on the right, that little kind of wheel looking thing that looks like a gear, like a sprocket. The one to the left, it says settings. When you click on that, it gives you the option to turn it off. Quarter no. Okay, Stacy says she was good this week, no losses. Very good. Very good. Yeah, we ain't gonna have no more of those. There will be no more of those. Let me see. take that off right there. All right, cool. Stacy said training was the bomb, and it definitely was. Yes, it was. Where the hell did that come from? Just random music popping up. All right. I can't play no music on this Facebook. They ready to cut it off. All right. So for me, I think I was 3-0 this week. I might have been 2-0. I don't remember exactly. I think I was 2-0 this week. Actually, I took 2 trades. So I was 2-0, and I actually was able to take trades in both of my accounts. So I got 2 trades in recorded for the Slow and Steady project, and then I was also able to take them in my normal account too. So it was very, very, very productive this week, to say the least. And between training and the live streams, it just was elevation in perpetuity. And I think that that's just the norm. It's something that just happens organically now. So I don't even think that anyone is surprised, like when training is so good. And when we just continuously are elevating. In one of the watch parties, are you able to comment? Because maybe I'm just not seeing comments. Let me refresh this one. Because I would hate for y'all to be commenting, then I can't see. I had a feeling. All right, so Jamal, what's happening? Thursday training was good. 3-0 and 14 for the project. Very good. Excellent. Excellent. And I hope I didn't miss any comments in that watch party. All right, let me refresh this other one. Facebook acting funny. I don't know why they not. Like, it's just acting funny all together, just all around. I thought I saw who else was on here. I know I saw Mark G, Nathaniel I saw, and Ikari's here also, right? So Ikari, remind me how you did this week, Ikari. I think that were you 2-0? And Ikari also, I believe, started the project this week, if I'm not mistaken. So just correct me if that's not wrong. I mean, if that's not right, excuse me. J. Carly said the lives were fire all week. Yep. Training always is. Yep. 301 Richards in the building. J. Carly said still sitting at 8-0 since I didn't get a full fill. Right. So 8-0 for the project. Okay, very good. And I hope you guys are not commenting in the watch party and I can't see. Okay, I see one now. This Mark. He said, what's up, running around the house, getting ready to head out for a little 1-0 this week. Yes. Right, Mark, that was the trade that you took with Jeff, right, when you weren't even on the chart together, if I remember correctly. And that was an example of that synergy that we talk about so often. Yeah, that's going to be something that is like a common occurrence also. You'll find that you'll end up being in the same trade as others in the group, even when nobody was talking about taking a trade or whatever the case may be. If you happen to be observing the market at a time when the market ultimately decides to give up a trade, and there are other people in the group who are observing as well, it will not be a surprise when you see that others end up in the same trade that you took. That's going to actually become a very common occurrence. And it's because we are all being trained the same way and trained to observe the market the same way. So ultimately that'll turn into us ending up in the same trades, because that's how precise the execution is going to become collectively as a group. It's really powerful stuff. Rich said, in the process of watching 578. Damn, that was dope. 578 was the last training, right? The one from Thursday, I think. That training was hard. I think that's the one that I gave 12 stars to, if I'm not mistaken. 12-star training. Insanity. Nathaniel said 4-0 this week. I wasn't part of TA until yesterday. We'll be focusing on training videos rest of this weekend to get caught up. Very good. Very good, Nathaniel. Yeah, once you get through 336 and 396, and then you make your way to 301, it's really just going to be 301 on repeat. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just what it's going to be from that point going forward. So, Jeffrey, what's happening? So, I think you will want to know this week also, because you took the same trade as Mark G, right? Unless you took other trades. Matthew, what's good? Matthew said no losses, as usual. And who else did I see? I saw somebody else just now too. I thought I saw somebody. Oh, Ralston. Ralston, how was training for you this week? I think Ralston started this week, if I'm not mistaken. Or he might have started earlier, late last week. I forgot. Okay, cool. So Jeffrey is also 3-0 for the week. Very good. Good stuff, man. Excuse me. Rich said 1-0 for this week for main account. Slow and steady, still at trade number 7. Very good. So he's 7-0 for the slow and steady project he's doing in the second account, and he took one trade in his main account. Rich had also completed the project, I think, last week, if I'm not mistaken. If not not last week. It was the week before last, I think. So it's just rinse and repeat. Yeah, this is excellent. This week was very good as far as the protocol elevation. That's what I've been focusing primarily on during live training. And thought I saw Shawnee. Shawnee was good. Shawnee, when you come on, let me know how you did this week and how training was for you. The protocol elevation is very interesting to me, because you would think that people would sometimes get confused by certain things. And the funny thing is that certain things don't confuse people, and then things that you would think would not confuse people confuse people. So that's something that I pay attention to, and it's one of the reasons why I kind of know what direction to move in when I'm doing training, because I know from observing the way that people respond to certain things throughout the group, I can pinpoint what not to give too much energy to because it confuses people. And a lot of times it's something that I would have never thought would confuse anybody. You know, I'm thinking that it's simple, and then people are getting confused by it. And then the things that people don't get confused by and they catch are actually right in line with the way that we've been elevating over time and just evolving over time throughout TA training. So it's kind of like if I just stick to what comes natural and organically, I'll know automatically what to focus on. And that's where protocol elevation came from. Because the like one of the things that I began to see that people were doing is that they were, without realizing it, like shifting into phase 3, like all the time. And eventually, if you create that as a habit, it's going to throw you off because you're drifting into phase 3 and you're bypassing the first 2 phases. And this is why I started to focus on this. Like protocol elevation, I don't know how many of them is in there now. It might be 8. I might have been doing like the last 7 or 8 trainings have been just on that. Like that's how much I'm focusing in on it. Yeah, the comments is crazy in there. I don't know why it's doing that. No, Starbucks ain't closed. Starbucks is not closed. They ain't closed for me. Walker, what's good? Shahar, what's up? Yeah, so that's one of the reasons why the protocol elevation, I'm like just staying on it, because the reinforcement of that is actually helping people to get past misunderstanding that they drift into if I didn't focus on that. It's like even 301, the only reason that 301 I think does not confuse people is because of the repetition of it. But if you catch if you just was to watch 301 a couple of times, you would be confused. Not because of 301, but you'll be confused because of how your brain works. Your brain is automatically going to go to, well, how do I get into a trade? You see what I'm saying? Your brain by default is doing that. So when I train live, I try to take what I know is pushing people. It's not even that it's pushing people in a certain direction. It's that people have a natural tendency to lean in a certain direction. And if I focus on what's going to push them back to straighten them back out, then that's how I can bring you back to where you need to be. So it's like it's always 301 on repeat. This is a given. So now when you're doing 301 on repeat, when you catch a live training, even if you're there or not there, you just watch the replay. When you hear certain things being said in the live training, it's reinforcing the way that you should allow 301 to sink in. So it just redirects the focus in the right place, because even though I'm saying it over and over again in 301, you still, when you're new, have a natural tendency to lean into the parameters, like just for whatever reason. And as soon as you start doing that, that's when you start getting caught up in focusing on it. And when you start focusing on it, now you're bypassing the whole point of even being in the parameters when you want to chart. So that's what I feel is coming out of this this training series with the protocol elevation. I know it's happening because people are not doing it. They're not doing it as much. Even when I hear people talk, or even when I hear people bring up different examples of observation that they're making in the market, and I mean like newer people, they're not making certain mistakes anymore. So that's why I'm just going to continue to just keep driving away at that, because I know that is definitely working. Exactly right. Exactly right. Rich said creating a habit to skip the protocol is a no-no. Right. And see that, and what's so crazy is that it's a habit that a new person could easily create without knowing that they're creating that habit. They don't mean to do it. They're just being a human. Naturally, we lean into the end result. You see what I'm saying? Unless you're being trained not to do that. And this is what I mean about what the repetition does. The repetition trains you not to be like that. So you got to be trained to not be like the average human being, because the way that your brain works at the average person, we all think the same way. It's like, well, when do we get into the trade though? It's like, you don't mean to be like that, but that's how you're going to be. Unless you're pulled away from that thinking and you're brought into the thinking that you should have. And then that is reinforced over and over again. So that's what is able to come as a result of the live training. The live training helps to recalibrate you from just, when you're watching and listening to 301, you leaning into what a person naturally leans into, which is the end. It's bringing you back and reverse engineering you and the process. So now you got to come back to the beginning. And when you focus on the beginning, now you're creating the right habit. You see what I'm saying? So it's definitely working. I know I saw Walker on here too. Walker said 1-0 for this week for each account. His broker account is ahead by 1 follow through. Excellent, man. Excellent. J. Carly said, not even doing as much, and I was born on phase 3. Right. She said, I'm not even doing as much. Exactly. Yep. Jeffrey said, going old school. I realized yesterday I started really feeling the market this week. You know that's old school. That's a old school lingo altogether. That was like a language. It's like, yo, you got to feel the market. He said it's very calming knowing that the market is handing it out for you. Right. Now we get into it. And this is what new people are walking into. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, I love the fact that every time we elevate, for a new person that comes into the new elevation, it's even easier for you to be pushed in the right habit forming, just pushed in the right direction to form the right habits. It's easier for you to do that now because of what you're coming into. It's harder for you to mess it up. Let me rephrase it. Let me put it like that. It's more difficult if you're new to mess up now. And it just keeps going. Like it's continuously doing that. So you understand how much I appreciate that, because that makes everything easier for me and for everyone else in the group that's trying to help you when you're new. You see what I'm saying? Rich said your brain will naturally create 3-0, unless you break through that thought with the repetition of 301. Right. That's right. Yep. Shawnee said, straight off of a nap into live recap. This is old head shit. Straight off a nap into live recap. Perfect time, and training was fresh again with my emphasis on behavior and what the market did at the end of the binary, since there was a lot of patches of solid environment. 3-0 for the week. My biggest week ever in TA dollar-wise. Come on, Shotty. Talk your shit, man. Talk your shit. He said the biggest week ever for them dollars, man. Jay Carly said, feeling the market makes it easier and easier for you to not waste time that should be nexted. Yes. Rich said the current and flow for good habit is strong. Yes. It's like you got to fight the current to mess up. And that's exactly where I want you to be. That's exactly where it should be. Matthew said, I know exactly what you mean. It's a soothing effect. I think he's talking about what Jeffrey said about feeling the market. Rawson said taking 301 in all week. Hard. Rawson, when did you start? You started this week or was it last week? And you understand, like, the satisfaction I get when I hear new folks say, oh, I watched 301 all week. Yo, you know, like, because I already know what's happening to you. Like the ball is already in motion. It's already in motion. And it's a constant, it's slow, but you're doing this. Slow up is better than fast up and down. Like, without a doubt. Jay Carly said, nice shiny. Business as usual, but pink is in the air. You gotta put your pinky in the air, man. That's hard, man. That's hard. Yeah, we was talking about that. That was some of the stuff that we were covering this week on the live streams, like talking about how you reach a point where you stop thinking about money. It's so funny how in the beginning of when you're doing something, you always kind of thinking about the money part. You know, oh man, I can't wait until, you know, I get into position and I can make X amount of dollars or whatever, you know, whatever your perception of what you want to earn is. And then it's like, if you just work and execute and focus on the process, you end up getting there. And then when you're there, it's almost like you don't even care about the money no more. I said almost. It's not 100% like that. Let's not get beside ourselves. But I'm just saying, it's like you don't care about the money anymore. Mind you, now you're in the position to get the money that you, like, whatever you want to make, kind of like, you know, you understand what I'm saying? It's like you just create your plan, and I'm going to tell you what my plan is. My plan is allowing the market to give me the plan. Listen to what I'm saying. Because, see, now, with me saying this, you'll understand why I don't care when I'd have a week with no trades. Listen to what I just said. My plan is allowing the market to give me the plan. That's my plan. You know how people ask you, oh, well, how many trades, you know, are you looking to make each week? What's your trading goal for the week? I don't have a goal. My goal is to let the market give me the goal. Whatever the market gives me is the goal. You got to remember, the market's never wrong. If the market is never wrong, you ain't never going to be wrong. If loving you is wrong, I don't want to be right. Come on, man. That's hard just now what I said, though, about the market. My plan is to let the market give me the plan. Jesus. Tyler said, let the market sketch the menu for dinner. When it says chicken, we eat. Man, oh man. Yo, I'm telling y'all, man, it's different. And then it becomes so crazy. Then when you look back, you're like, oh snap, I didn't realize that I did that. At the end of the year, like this year, when I was doing my taxes, I was like, oh shit, I didn't even realize that I did that. Like, you don't even realize until after you did it what you actually did. And mind you, this year, like the 2019 year, was, this was the most stress-free time ever for me. And even like up to now, like I'm including from January to now also in that. But like, as far as a block goes, as far as a full year, 2019 was the least amount of stress that I've ever had in life. Coincidentally, it was the most amount of money that I ever made in life. Least amount of stress, most amount of money, and the most amount of time I've ever had as far as doing whatever I want to do. Like literally trying to figure out like what I want to do with my time every day. All in the same year. Come on, man. And then I'm thinking about it, I'm like, well, damn, what did I do different? And I'm like, well, kind of with the exception of just, scaling up and getting to a larger like position to be in. Aside from that, I'm like, I did less. I'm doing less work than ever. This is the least amount of work I've had to do ever. I don't be doing nothing. I just wait. I observe the market and wait. When it comes, bang, there it is. And it's like, it's just a rinsing and repeating process of the same thing over and over again. And that's when I realized, I'm like, you know what? My plan is to let the market give me the plan. That's what the plan is. Why? The market is never wrong. Next thing you know, you go somewhere and you don't even know that you ended up there. And you're like, wow, I didn't even realize that I did all of that. And yes, that too, Mark G. Yes. Yes, Mark said, and you help the most amount of people. Yes. And now, mind you, this is all happening organically, though. It's not like it's not like I said, you know what, man, 2019 is going to be my best year, man. I'm not doing that. I'm just doing what I'm doing. You see what I'm saying? I'm positioning myself so that I can do things and it's second nature for me. And this is why I talk about second nature so much now. Because I'm like, if your first nature is in place, second nature becomes something crazy. Because now look at what you're doing automatically. My 301 game is retarded. Like in the next couple of days, I'm about to hit 3,000 views. And I think about that. I'm like, damn, I'm still listening to 301 every day. Every day. And it's a habit. I can't break the habit. I literally can't. I can't break that if I wanted to. It's second nature. When I came on the live stream today to do the recap, I was playing 301. I didn't even realize I was playing. I was like, oh snap, I got to do the recap. I had to pause it. All the right habits, man. All the right habits. This shit is crazy. Rich says, Shiny, biggest week for your skill. Let me tell you something, man. The money follows the skill. That's how this works. And this is what I mean about when you're like in the beginning, you thinking so much about all of this money that you want to make. I'm telling you, focus on the skill set, focus on the work, and don't play with the work. Just do the work. Work is very simple. It's 301 to repeat when you start. Matter of fact, it's 301 to repeat when you all in. Like 301 to repeat is never going to stop. As a matter of fact, it's going to increase, actually. You're going to do it more. And you'll find that as you're doing that more, it's a constant, nonstop, uninterrupted flow of training and elevation that's happening to you. Nonstop. And you have literally created it as a habit. So now it's a habit. You're going to do it. See, that's the beauty of creating a habit. When you create a habit, you're going to do it. You don't have to ask, man, am I going to do that today? I don't know if I feel like doing that today. You don't, when it's a habit, you're not at that point anymore. You're not at the point where you got to debate about if you're going to do it or not. You're doing it. That's the beauty and the power of it becoming a habit. And I'm telling you, look at what you're creating as a habit. 301 is the habit. Telling you, man. Then you elevate, you move on. You know when you're ready to start trading. You start trading. You execute the same way you was training. You execute the same way that you was training the whole time. Come on, man. Rich said, let the market plan it. Yep. Jamal, I used to try to tell the market what to do. Then I remembered its pimp hand was strong. Yes, market's hand is strong as hell. Matthew said, you arrive into your level of arrogance in trading. This isn't a negative at all. It's a level that you have the ability to do whatever, but I don't really feel like it right now type of feeling. Exactly. Yep. It's so funny too, because for me, I'm always curious why people think that when you have skill and the ability to do something, that like you should be doing it all the time. Oh man, I'm gonna do all of this. And it's like, I'm curious why people always feel like that, like when it comes to doing something that you're good at doing. When, for me, my thinking is like the reverse. It's like, I'm doing this so I don't have to always have to do anything. Does that make sense? It's like, I don't want to always have to be doing anything, regardless of what it is. So if me achieving a level with this puts me in that position, that's what I'm focusing on. I know once I'm in this position now, it's like, all right, just, whatever. I might feel like doing that or I might not. If I don't feel like doing it, I'm going to chill. If I do feel like doing it, let the market give me the plan. And you just rinse and repeat that process over and over again. It's a whole nother level of elevation, man. It's crazy. It's a whole nother level of elevation. And I know that has a lot to do with my demeanor, and when people on the outside look, because when they see me now, they see me now and I'm like the same way I was before. Like, there are people that have seen earlier videos, like when I first started recording and putting out videos, and they see how I was then, and then they look at me now, they're like, they're like, I wonder if he's still trading. Some of them will message me. This happened like yesterday, like 3 people messaged me. Are you still trading on NADEX? And I'm like, I'm trying to figure out, like, why would you ask that? I'm like, you must not like be on social media ever, or you under a rock or something. But I realized why they're asking me that, because I have the same demeanor, even though I'm on a whole nother level now. Like, the level that I'm on now is elevated compared to what it was in the beginning, but it's an elevated version of the same level that I was on then. Does that make sense? So it's like the same skill set that I had then, I have now, but it's higher. It's at an elevated point, an elevated position, but it's the same thing I was doing then. You see what I'm saying? So it's not, so like to somebody on the outside, it might seem like either he's doing something different or he's not doing that anymore. And I'm like trying to figure out, I wonder why they even would think that. And I realize now it's because of the demeanor. My demeanor is the same. I sound the same exact way, talk about the same shit, but it's now from a different, it's more like an eagle eye, because now it's like the level of experience, I would say, with people has helped also to just elevate the way that I notice somebody is thinking. It's the same reason why I'm even asking the question in the first place. Because I'm like, well, I wonder why, like, why would you ask me if I'm still trading on NADEX? Like, what, like, why would you ask me that? You only asking that because you assuming that I may not be, because you don't see me doing anything different. You see, like, you understand what I'm saying? People have an association with success that you're supposed to, oh, well, if you blew up in it, you're supposed to have this and this, and you're supposed to be showing me that. No. Nah, I still be in the car. I would still be in the car chilling. Nah, I'm not doing all of that. So that's why people will ask those questions. I realized that yesterday when people were messaging me. Because they're like, yo, are you still trading on NADEX? I'm like, what? At first I was like, what? Then I had to think about it. I'm like, why would you ask me that? And I realized too, as I thought more and more through it, that it's for the reason that I just gave. It's very interesting. Yep. Matthew said, just unlock the back room of the library. Exactly. Where the ladder's at, you got to walk up. You got to climb up on the ladder to get to the books. We back there with the ladder that is on the wheels. That shit's crazy, man. And it's just it's like unlimited knowledge in there. Walker said, you've expanded your spectrum of possibilities without changing your response to its magnitude. Yes. That's what it is, Walker. You hit it on the head. That's what it is. It's like I don't get excited about it because it's normal to me. Now, mind you, at all kind of levels, I'm still not excited about it like that. I'm more excited when somebody else is beginning to make, like when they starting on their journey and they're, walking up the stairs. That's what excites me. I get excited and hyped off of that. I don't get excited off of my own success at all. Because I don't even look at it as like, oh man, I'm having a lot of success. I just look at it as this is actually what's supposed to happen when you do what you're supposed to do. So like this is business as usual. Like that's a given. I'm more excited to see somebody come from zero within their knowledge and all they got is the desire to be free. And then they come into TA and go to work. That shit gets me hyped. Somebody, all they had was the desire to be free. They didn't know anything. All they know was like this, I think this is it right here. That's all they had to know. Then they come to TA and they just boom, go to work. That shit gets me hyped. That shit gets me hyped. Come on, man. Jay Carly, don't have to show anyone shit. That's retarded. It takes me 5 minutes to heart all the content of all social media. Right. Are you still trading? What? Like, what are you talking about? Yep. But it's just more and more confirmation, man. And, I love it. I love it. Shawnee said, when I first joined TA 2 years ago, I tried to work the market and got my ass kicked. Now I let the market work for me. All praises due to TA. That's hard right there. That's hard. Jamal said people ask that question because they only see the outer person, not the inner person, not realizing that the inner man is what gives results to the outer man. Whoa, that's hard. That's hard. Jay Carly said TA's on the escalator. TA is the escalator. Going up. Oh shit. Jamal said prosper as your soul prospers. As your mindset prosperous, so will follow your body. They just don't have the mindset. That's what it is. And it's so crazy too, because people have a natural tendency to chase the success. They want to chase the result. Right? And chasing results is a mindset. That's the herd mentality. It's the same as the microwave mindset. It's the same. And it's a mindset that you have to leave behind once you come into the realization that you're not going to achieve what you're looking to achieve by being in that mindset. You're not going to achieve what you're looking to achieve by trying to get it, by chasing it. You're only going to achieve what you're looking to achieve by putting yourself in position and then letting it come to you. This is hard. That's hard. You got to put yourself in position to receive. Remember we talk about the bear with the salmon? That's what it is. The bear that is in the know, he don't go jumping in the lake trying to catch fish. He goes and stands in the stream during the salmon's spawning season when they swim upstream because they swimming up to go spawn. He just stands there and wait for them to jump. Literally stands in the stream, and then the fish jump up. He catches his fish. He going about his business. That's what it is. Most people are the dude jumping in the lake trying to catch a fish with no net, no nothing. He don't have anything to catch the fish with. He got his bare hands, and he's trying to catch the fish. He got to jump in the water, look for the fish. Then he see one, tries to grab it. The fish is slippery. He can't grab it. He's not catching any fish. And he just does this all day. The bear just goes and stands in the stream and just waits for the fish to come to him. Come on, man. That's the elevation right there. That's the elevation. And that's the difference. So the herd mentality is over there jumping in the stream. The TA mentality is the bear standing in the stream waiting for the salmon to jump up. That's the difference. And when you do that and you start to, it's just like knowing that you can stand in the stream. Once you know that you can do that, now it's your decision. You have to choose to do that. Learn how to become the bear. You got to know what the bear knows. Well, the bear knows something. He's standing there. I wonder why he's standing there. Oh, shit. You saw that? He just caught that fish. He knows something. Whatever he knows, that's what you need to learn. Because now you're in the know. Now you know that somebody knows something. You know that the bear knows something. Damn, I gotta learn what he knows, because I ain't catching no fish over here. I see the fish, but I can't catch them. That's where you at. That's the average person. You see the fish, but you can't catch it. J. Carr said, we ain't walking up no stairs, standing in no lines. 301 to freedom. Boom. Tracy, what's up? J. Carter said, the more you chase anything, the farther away it is. The faster you have to run, the harder and farther you're going to fall. Come on now. She said, I'm setting nets. I'll pick up my fish when they get caught. Right. Set the net, come back later. Net full of fish. Ralston said, the blueprint is here. Come on, Ralston. It's here, man. Shiny said, honestly, when Mark used to say the market will give it up, I was skeptical, thinking I had to attack the market. Which is why my account zigzagged for a year. It's so true, the market will give it up. Patience and trust in the process. Walker said, if you're chasing anything, that means you're naturally repelling. Got to make it natural for you to attract what you want. First nature. See, whatever you make your first nature is what becomes your second nature. And for some reason, that just stands out to me so clearly. Tyler said, net full of chicken. Yo, Y'all are crazy. But yeah, that stands out to me, yo, so vividly. What you do naturally is what you'll do automatically. But you can change what you do naturally. If you want to change something that you're doing automatically without thinking about it, you have to replace whatever that is with what you want. So if you know that you got a terrible habit, you can't break the second nature without breaking the first nature. This is like, all right. You ever see somebody try to stop doing something and they having a hard time? You know why that is? Because they're trying to stop the second nature. They're trying to stop the habit instead of going to the source. You have to change. You have to change the habit. It's not that you want to stop how you automatically do something. You want to change what it is that you're automatically doing. What is it that you're doing on autopilot? That's what needs to be reversed. Autopilot is what you want. You want something to be second nature when it's the right thing to do. See what I'm saying? When it's the right thing, you want it to be autopilot. Man, I wish I could do that. I wish I could just do that like he does it. You talking about somebody that does something automatically without thinking about it, they make it look easy, right? It means that you got to change what it is that you have in place that you're doing automatically. Whatever that is, you got to change what it is. You trying to stop second nature, which is just the execution of what you started. Second nature is the execution of the habit that you created, meaning what it is. You don't want to stop second nature. You want that, but you don't want it with your bullshit. This is what TA does to you. It's forcing you to deal with the bullshit. Not the fact that you have a habit. Having a habit is awesome. It's what the habit is. That's what TA forces you to deal with. That's why it's a mirror. Forces you to look at your bullshit. And now you got to deal with your bullshit. Jamal said, before TA, I was chasing. Then I learned skill, and the market now willfully and happily gives trades. Yeah, the vibe is blowing me away right now. J. Carr said, that's why I always say get the anchor. Yup. That's right. The source is always you. And people too often will make the mistake thinking that it's not them. And it's like, nah. You know that it's you, right? It's kind of like you want to pull them over to the side, like, you know that it's you, right? You know you got to stop your bullshit, right? Because it's like, why would you think that it's not what you're doing? If you keep getting the same result from the shit that you do, obviously it's you. If somebody else is doing the same thing that you're doing and they're getting different results, then actually you're not doing what they're doing. You're doing what you think that they're doing. There's something that's missing. There's a disconnect. So you got to do one or two things. You either got to figure out what it is that they're doing, or you need to stop what you're doing. Because obviously whatever you're doing is not what they're doing. The results are different. It's not the same shit. I'm telling you that, the first nature to second nature shit, that shit is deep. That shit is so deep, man. It explains everything. Jay Carly, when my second nature became patience and think first. Things started to turn around. Still working on this. The battle always starts with you. Yes. Yes. That's what it is, man. Matt said the market wants to be your ally if you let it be. Market ain't never wrong. J. Carter said my usual bullshit cost me too much. Oh, what were we saying? Was that this week? We was talking about the cost of freedom costs less than your bullshit. Freedom costs less than your bullshit. I think that was this week or last week. Yeah, freedom costs less than your bullshit do. That's all, yo. That's hard when you think about that. Your bullshit is expensive. Freedom costs less than that. Give up your bullshit. That's the cost. The cost of freedom is giving up your bullshit. Whoa. How about them apples? The cost of freedom is giving up your bullshit. That's the cost. All right. It's just like how you'll ask somebody, yo, did you watch 301? If they're not like, yeah, definitely. Like, what we talking about? When you come here, you don't hear nothing except 301 on repeat. You got to understand why that is. It's very simple. 301 has all of the ingredients that help you to give up your bullshit. All of them. It's not just teaching you about the market. It's helping to serve as the mirror. One of the first things that you'll hear me say on, I don't know how many hundreds of trainings. Now that you're here, you're going to learn a lot about the market. But more importantly, you're going to learn a lot about yourself. Literally, at the beginning of the training, I say that. And what's crazy is that shit it's like habit. I don't even think about it. That just comes out. And as you think more and more about that, it's like, the new person is thinking like, I wonder why he said that. Learn about yourself. Wait, I thought I was learning about the market. Hold on. It immediately starts stirring shit up. Your pot gets stirred from the first line in the training. Your bullshit is getting stirred up immediately. Because that's the seed right there that's being planted, that's letting you know, listen, the reason that you're not going to succeed is going to be because of your bullshit. So let's deal with the bullshit out the gate. Listen, you thought you was here to learn how to trade. Nah. That's the second part. The first part is the mindset. That's the first part. You need to deal with that shit. And it's so interesting too, because even like all throughout 301, when you hear another training, it reinforces everything in 301. I forgot who said they listened to the one from Thursday. I think it was Rich. Whatever was the last training was. Said that the training was crazy. You'll be like that with mad different training. Like you'll pick and choose which one at the time resonates with you the most. And the reason that it resonates is because 301 already got you. You see what I'm saying? 301 already has been planting seeds the whole time. So now when you watch another training, it's like, oh, let's pour some water on the seeds. Let's give some sunlight to the seeds. Next thing you know, the seeds start sprouting. And here go the light bulbs and all of this, all of this room. And you like, oh shit, I'm not sure what's going on at this point. You don't even know what's happening to you. What's happening to you is now you're in the damn black hole of elevation. It's like you in the abyss. And it's just nonstop. You just keep. Next thing you know, you understand something for the first time that you didn't get. It took you 6 months to understand it. 6 months go by. Oh shit, I'm just realizing that. Oh, that's what that meant. This happened to me today. When I was listening to 301 today, I went through that. To me. Yo, I'm telling you, man. Rich said 301 is the language that the rest are the translations, right? Exactly. Yep. Tyler said, and the patience that you lack. Correct. Yep, you get exposed, man. And it's a beautiful thing to be exposed. I would say that being exposed is the best thing that happens to you. Because for many people, they don't know what it is that they're actually doing. They're just doing. You understand what I'm saying? You get to a point where you do bullshit so much, you just do bullshit. You don't even know that you're doing bullshit because you're just used to doing it. When something comes and disrupts that and interrupts that, that's the mirror. So it's like you walking, then there's a mirror. And as you walking closer to the mirror, you keep seeing the image coming closer to you. Like, wait, hold up. You have to face it. You're going to come face to face with yourself. When you look in the mirror, that's what happens. You're coming face to face with yourself. Like stand in front of a full body mirror and walk towards the mirror and see what happens. What happens is you're walking closer and closer to yourself. You're coming face to face with yourself. You can't escape it. In the mirror, you can't walk around your image. Can you walk around yourself in the mirror? Face to face, man. Right there. So that goes to show you that you are always at the root of whatever's going on at the time. And that's why when you learn how to maneuver and how to navigate all of the right habits, now you're recreating your first natures. Now your second nature will begin to reflect the first nature that you recreated. That's how it works. Shit is amazing, man. Matthew said 301 conditions your soil to bear anything you choose to grow. Come on, man. Jay Carly says, shut up talking to me. I have questions. What hit you today from 301? I'm going to need it to hit me too. Yo, I kid you not. Right before I came on the training, I was listening. And I was like, wait, I got to rewind that. And I like today I was rewinding 301. I'm like, I literally have listened to this training like literally almost 3,000 times. In a couple of days, I'll be at 3K. And I'm still rewinding and playing it back like, wait, what'd he say? I'm saying what he said. Shit is insane, man. Right. See, that's Rich's understanding. He says second nature is created first. Come on, man. Jay Carly says, sit in the mirror, give it all your ugly, and then break the mirror. Oh, shit. Wow. Yeah, that's another level right there. That's hard. Give it your ugly and then break it. All right. Yeah, I ain't mess with y'all today, man. Yeah, that rewind shit is crazy. Yeah, I was doing it all day. I was doing it all day. I'm over there rewinding. I'm like, damn. Because it's like 301 is like, what, an hour and a half? So a lot happens in an hour and a half. You don't realize like how much of the little intricacies are in that hour and a half. It's a lot of them. So like the fact that it's repetitive is like subconsciously we're absorbing it and we elevate just off of that. But then you get moments where a certain thing grows. This is what I was explaining a minute ago. All these seeds being planted, and then other trainers are reinforcing it, and you watering and you giving sunlight to the seeds. And then out of nowhere, the seed pops and it sprouts for the first time. So that goes to show you how many seeds are planted just from that one training. Just in that hour and a half, it's mad seeds. And you elevate off of the seed because the seed was planted from 301. So the repetition of it is already cultivating the soil. So now when it starts to grow, the growth happens because it's reinforced and it's further cultivated when you watch other trainings or a live stream or a recap. So it's nonstop. And this is how we grow and how we move throughout the entire process. That's why the journey is so great, because it's like it's a never ending journey. It never ends. Exactly why when you get in position and now you start making all of this money, you the same person. It's so crazy. In the beginning, you were like excited and like, damn, I want to get to, where I can make some good money, blah, blah, blah. You thinking about that kind of more than anything. But if you focus on the process in the beginning and don't think about the money at all, and I know that that's impossible, but I'm just saying, if you at least make the attempt to do that, I'm telling you, man, you'll be in position to make all type of money. Then it's just not even gonna matter. You'll get to the point where it's like money don't even matter now. Because it's natural. It's normal. It's regular shit. It don't even make a difference now. The thing that you had all of the emphasis on in the beginning. So this is how the evolution of 301 works. Because it's conditioning you to become that person that is just elevating the whole time. Instead of putting so much energy into certain things that are not even as relevant as you think that they are. Like money. You think money is everything in the beginning. As you move through, you realize like, nah, the journey. It's the journey. That's everything. Cause you're going to get to the position where the money is there. And you'll be like, oh shit, this was a good week. Look what Shani just said. Shani said this past week was his best week ever. Money wise. He sound calm as shit, don't he? He sounded real casual. Like, yeah, hey, what's up, guys? Best week ever. It's normal. Becomes normal, man. This shit is crazy. J. Carl said that's that higher I am level. About 3 of you actually understand J. Carly. Yeah, that cashew shit was crazy. It was. That was this week too, right? We were talking about the cashew apples. That was hard, Shawnee. Right, he didn't even realize that he was planting that. Yep. Cashew is the stem. Some of y'all don't know what I'm talking about because y'all might not have seen that live stream. But it's in there. I don't know which one is on, but it's in there. Watch all the live streams from last week. Now that's funny. Matthew said it's okay to think about the money when you make withdrawals, though. Yeah, you ain't lied about that one. You ain't lied about that. When that shit hit the bank, it hit different. You like, oh, my bank account kind of healthy. My shit is alright. Yeah, man, it's so crazy. It's bugged out. It really is. Like the freedom, man, that comes from this. And I mean, like, it's real freedom too, like for real, because like I have even times when I'm talking like with Lulu and she'll be talking about something and then she'll talk about how much it costs. And, you know, she gets into that whole thing, like with how much stuff costs and, oh, well, we can save and this and that, you know, we can save money. And I let her go through it, but I'll be like, well, if it's something that we want to do, we're going to do it regardless of how much it costs. It doesn't matter. And even for her, it's still something mental that like it is something that she's working on getting over, because she knows that I'm telling, you know, the truth about the fact that we're in that position. But there's something about your mind that just won't accept certain things until you just get over that hump. It's like a position that you have to get into mentally, where you just don't be caring no more. Like you just stop caring. It's like, all right, well, we want to do it. That's it. We in position to do it. We're going to do it. And you don't think about anything else. You know what I'm saying? Versus kind of naturally drift into thinking about saving or getting a better deal. Like, I don't even be thinking about none of that. Like me personally, I never think about that. I let her do that because she's the queen of deals anyway. So she's good at finding deals or whatever. I'm like, that's great. Because to me, really all it means is that you're just getting more of whatever it is that you wanted anyway. But I'm like, whether it's a deal or not, if I want it, I'm getting it. You like, you understand what I'm saying? So that's the part of the freedom part that I'm making reference to also. When you free, it's like there's nothing stopping you from getting something that you want. But then at the same time, you don't just want just anything for no reason. It's like everything that you be wanting kind of makes sense for a purpose. And then it's like, yeah, that makes sense. So I'll do that. And then you don't even care how much it costs because you're in position to get whatever it is. It's good, man. It's good. It's just freedom, man. All around freedom. Freedom, freedom, freedom. Shawnee said, whoever thought me watching a guy from Starbucks to where I am today, crazy. TeamAlliance. Yep. I forgot about the Starbucks videos. Oh, shit. That's right. Yeah, a lot of people were introduced to TA through the Starbucks videos. You right about that. Me sipping on lattes and shit while I'm trading. It's just crazy. Wow. Yeah, TA go way back, man. Damn, that was 2017, I think. Yeah, 2017. Shit's crazy. Yeah, this is excellent though, man. Excellent recap, definitely. All right, y'all. So, yo, let me get up out of here. I will see you guys on training tomorrow. Yeah, make sure that y'all be safe. All of that good stuff. Another awesome recap. All right, man. TA in the building. Y'all know what it is. Deuces.